San, Mexico, Dodago Yadala.
Przychodzenie wyślika. Tego banaki a to.
Aha.
All right. Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachaaw, qadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. Peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, the true name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world calls God. His one and only true name is Yahawah. That is the Father of spirits, the one and only true power. Bahasham, meaning in the name. Yahawashi, being the one and only true name of our Lord and Savior, the Messiah, our King, our Redeemer, and whom the world calls Jesus. His one and only true name is Yahawashi. All right, he's coming back to save an elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you also that are scattered among the heathen and have their likeness, but you go back to the tribe of Israel, of the nation of Israel. All right, Bahasham, meaning in the name, Yahawashi, Salakia. Rachaaw, qadash, being the Holy Spirit, or the Spirit Holy. Okay. All right. And as you see here on the screen, so-called, these are the names that our oppressor has given us. Okay. All right. So-called, we make up the nation of Israel. All right. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. And in this lesson, as you see in the videos prior, we're going to touch on the tribe of GAD, all right, which are the North American Indians, or better known as Native Americans, in which you have the tribe of Reuben, which, close kindred. You read in the book of Numbers, the 32nd chapter, Gad and Reuben received their landmass. Gad and Reuben, I believe the tribe of Manasseh, which would be so-called Cubans, received their landmass first on the other side of Jordan. But we're going to touch on the tribe of Gad. Gad and Reuben are close kindred, over here in America. You know, Esau, Edom fought against them. Reuben was not conquered. You know, they did not sign any treaties. But we're going to touch on the tribe of Gad. Okay, so let's get the prophecy concerning Gad in the last days. This is the book of Genesis 49 in verse 19. Okay, Genesis 49 and 19. It reads, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Right, so in the latter days, the tribe of Gad, which is you so-called Native Americans or North American Indians, okay, whatever tribe or clan you may claim, ultimately your heritage, your nation is the tribe of Gad. Okay, that is your biblical nationality. Okay, you know, it's many different clans and tribes, etc. But ultimately you have the tribe of Gad. Okay, so let's get the word troop. And we know overcome means to subdue, to have the mastery over, to be victorious over. So Gad will be overcome by a troop. So let's get the word troop, and then we're gonna go. Okay, as you've seen in the videos, the troop that Gad was overcome by was the U.S. Cavalry. You had the 7th Cavalry, the 6th Cavalry, the 5th Cavalry, etc. But ultimately, the United States military army overcame Gad. Okay, via you know, prophecy. It was prophesied to happen. This is the word troop.
Strong's H 1416. Gedud. Gedud.
Gad. All right, which means troop. All right, a band, troop, marauding band. Marauding band. Marauding band. A, raiding band. B, troop, band of divisions of army. Foray, raid. Okay, a crowd especially of soldiers, army, band of men, company, troop of robbers, right? And the self-proclaimed white man, Esau, Edom, once again, the arch chief nemesis of the nation of Israel, which he is the sword of the Lord. You know, this happened because of prophecy, and we were going off as a nation. Okay, our people, Gad, Reuben, the whole tribe. All right, and in the last days, the troop will overcome us. So the U.S. military, okay, would overcome Gad, and they will suffer mass casualties and losses by the hands of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, because of prophecy. All right, so this is just a quick little excerpt from history.com. All right, that's the Creek. The Creek will be considered the tribe of Reuben. So we will save that for another lesson, Lord willing. But let's go here. Let's read a little bit of this. It says, forced removal. One of the most bitterly debated issues on the floor of Congress was the Indian Removal Bill of 1830, pushed hard by then President Andrew Jackson. Despite being assailed by many legislators as immoral, the bill finally passed in the Senate by 9 votes, 29-17, and by an even smaller margin in the House. In Jackson's thinking, more than 36 eastern tribes stood in the way of what he saw as the settlers' divinely ordained rights to clear the wilderness, build homes, and grow cotton and other crops. You see, it says, from 1830 to 1840, the U.S. Army removed 60,000 Indians. And this wasn't a peaceful removal. It was killings, etc., massacres all across the landmass of America. All right, Choctaw, Creek, Cherokee, and others from the east in exchange for new territory west of Mississippi. Thousands died along the way of what became known as the Trail of Tears, and as whites pushed over eastward, the Indian designated territory continued to shrink. And okay, I'm here in Texas and Oklahoma. You know, mass majority of the state is reservations. Okay, a big Indian, a lot of so-called quote-unquote Indian territory, if you will. All right, which is Gad and Reuben in that state, in which me and the brother went to a powwow last year around the time of I want to say September, and it was spiritual. We was leaving, and a Gadite came and stopped and talked with us about Oklahoma and the different land masses and so forth and so on, about Gad and Reuben, and how they were, you know, as we just read, the Trail of Tears push to Oklahoma, okay? And they were forced into this one state when they were in Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, all across the landmass. But this devil, he raided GAD, okay? And really Reuben, all right? Scriptures say the prophecy about Reuben, let Reuben live and not die. You see, so he could not ultimately exterminate or terminate the tribe of GAD, all right? But he did overcome and subdue them and kill a lot of them, pursuing to the prophecy, he shall be overcome. All right, so let's grab, let me see real quick. Let's go back up. American Indian War timeline. This is for more than 250 years, as Europeans sought to control newly settled American land, wars raged between Native Americans and the frontiersmen who encroached on their territory, resources, and trade, known as the American Indian Wars. The conflicts involved indigenous people, the English, French, Spanish, and the U.S. Army, and ended with massive Native American population and tribal land losses and the forced relocation of survivors to reservations. All right? So we'll read a little bit of this. 17th century, Jamestown Massacre, March 22, 1622, Pequot War, 1636 to 37, Beaver War, 1640, 1701, yada yada, etc. Okay, so right. You know, they were overcome. They were subdued. So let's go back. All right, and read it again. Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Genesis 49:19 NLT. Gad will be attacked by marauding bands, but he will attack them when they retreat. So let's get the word marauding. Right? Let's get the word marauding. All right, marauding means going about in search of things to steal or people to attack, and that's what the self-proclaimed white man has done to America. He's plundered it from a nation of people and covered it in lies and so-called false American history. All right, he said kill the Indian, save the man. All right, and he's just done totally wickedness upon a nation of people and tried to sweep it under the rug and sweep the bloodshed under, ground, man. In which Yahawashi has a righteous recompense for the self-proclaimed white man, pursuant to the whole nation of Israel. All right, but it says Gad, a troop shall overcome him, Genesis 49:19, but he shall overcome at the last. So at the end, the Lord will raise up the tribe of Gad and ultimately all tribes of the nation of Israel to attack Esau, Edom. But let's grab some important precepts showing that, the so-called Native Americans are indeed Israelites, because you have camps that do not preach and teach about, the different tribes in the Northern Kingdom. All tribes are not black, okay? And a lot of you that think you're from the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you are in fact a Gadite, a Reubenite, or maybe even an Issacharite, man. All right? Especially down here in Texas, okay? And these various, everywhere, all right? Because Gad and Reuben ruled, they were everywhere in the United States, okay? And Judah didn't get here, till, I believe, 1619 was when the first ship landed on America. Let me see. I believe it was 1619. I could be wrong. You can fact check me and put it in the comments. But this is 1 Chronicles 12:8. And of the Gadites, they separated themselves unto David. All right, and this is when, all the tribes were together, okay? Northern and Southern Kingdom, which is the Lord is bringing the tribes back together now, Ezekiel 37. 1 Chronicles 12:8, and into the wilderness, men of might, men of war, fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the face of lions, and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains. Right, so the Gadites separated themselves onto the whole for David, King David, forts and etc., man. So they were kind of like frontiersmen, so to speak, for the nation of Israel, okay? Frontiersmen, separated, all right? So it says, fit for battle. It says, men of might. I start up, 1 Chronicles 12:8. It says, and of the Gadites, they separated themselves unto David and to the whole, to the wilderness. So, right, they were in the wilderness amongst, the vegetation in the forest, all right, living off the land, okay? And that's what they did over here in America. It says, men of might, all right? Men of war fit for the battle, all right? Good stamina, nimble, swift of foot. Men of might, men of war, fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the face of lions and were swift as the roes upon the mountains, right? And a lot of times, I watch a lot of movies, do a lot of reading up on different tribes and, different little facts. Gad and Reuben would kill Esau, Edom, because he didn't know the terrain. And it was Gad will receive, the crowns that they have on their head. You would have to go on raids, and you would have to get up close and kill your enemy. All right, not shoot from afar with a gun. You would have to get up close, kill them, scalp them, and you will receive accolades for that. All right, and headdresses for killing your enemy valiantly in war. All right, so you couldn't be slow, you couldn't be lackadaisical. You had to be nimble, swift of foot, and agile. All right, and that's what the tribe of Gad was. All right, this is 1 Chronicles 5:8. The sons of Reuben and the Gadites in the half tribe of Manasseh, a valiant man. So right, Gad being the so-called Native Americans, North American Indians. Reuben being the so-called Seminole Indians, Creek, Cherokee, Choctaw. Okay, in which you had some of our people side with the Confederate Army of Gad and Reuben. That's a whole nother video, but it says the sons of Reuben and the Gadites in the half tribe of Manasseh, a valiant man. Let's get that word valiant. All right. And a lot of the times Esau, Edom went out to war. They were amazed at the courage and boldness and the dignity of our people, because they were really outnumbered. As the 18th century, 19th century began to roll around because of the wars and the disease and the pestilence, but they still continued to fight. All right, Gad fought Esau for 300 years, I believe, roughly. Okay, it says possessing or showing courage or determination. Okay, and many of our people of Gad and Reuben, they fought into the death. All right, they didn't succumb. Some, bowed down, but many of them fought, and their life was, given to protect their land masses. So this is way bigger than us. All right, it's way bigger than us, man. We looking at this thing, nationwide. Prophecy, what's about to happen in history. This is way bigger than us, man. All right, and a lot of blood and a lot of lives have been lost because of this. All right, white man Esau, Edom. And the Lord is going to pay it back via Yahawashi, okay? When he rises up of the tribe of Judah, Hebrews 7:14, our Lord, our King. All right, it says, a valiant man, men able to bear buckler and sword and to shoot with bow, and skillful in war, were 440,703 that went out to war, right? So, right, Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh. Manasseh being a so-called Cubans. All right, Gad being the so-called North American Native American Indians, and Reuben being the so-called Seminole, Cherokee, Creek, or Choctaw Indians. All right, or Miccosukee. Okay, but right, men of war, valiant. You see, so yes, the Native Americans are Israelites. All right, their spirit bear witness. Let's go to this right here, this massacre. All right. This is the Cutthroat Gap Massacre, occurred in 1833. The year the stars fell in Oklahoma, a group of Osage warriors charged into a Yahawah camp. Let me see, hold on. that's not what I'm on. That's the wrong one. There it go. It's the American genocide of the Indians. All right. So all this bloodshed will be repaid. Esau, Edom. All right. Let's get a little bit of this, and then we're gonna go get some more precepts. It says, hold on. Yep, it says 2. Bloody massacres and atrocities. Since the colonists set foot in North America, they had systematically and extensively hunted American bison, cutting off the source of food and basic livelihood of the Indians. All right. Israelites, Gadites, okay, and causing their death from starvation in large numbers. Statistics reveal that since its independence in 1776, the U.S. government has launched over 1,500 attacks on Indian tribes, slaughtering the Indians, taking their lands. All right, GAD, a troop shall overcome him, marauding bands, those that steal and plunder, okay, and committing countless crimes. In 1814, the U.S. government decreed that it would award $50 to $100 for each Indian skull surrendered. The American historian Frederick Turner acknowledged the significance of the frontier in American history, released in 1893, that each frontier was won by a series of wars against the Indians. All right, so you also had the Gold Rush, California Massacre, etc. So we're just showing that, hold on, let me see. Yeah, let's read this. From November 1813 to January 1814, the U.S. Army launched the Creek War against the Native Americans, also known as the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. All right, so armies were coming against GAD. This is prophecy. This had to happen. Okay. It says, on March 27, 1814, about 3,000 soldiers attacked the Creek Indians at Horseshoe Bend, Mississippi Territory. Over 800 Creek warriors were slaughtered in the fight, and as a result, the military strength of the Creeks was significantly weakened under the Treaty of Fort Jackson signed on August 9th of the same year. Okay, so right, there you go. In which I believe, you know, the Creek are the tribe of Reuben, but yeah, it's the same thing. This occurred to GAD too, so we can apply that. But let's go here to the book of Habakkuk, all right, because, you know, this is wicked. It's not right at all, but this is prophecy. The Lord said it would happen, and the Lord's going to pay the white man back for this. And he celebrates it. He builds statues, all right, and tells you, you know, tries to pat GAD and Reuben on the back. But you're going to pay, devil. Habakkuk 2:10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establish a city by iniquity. All right. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establish a city by iniquity. Right. So woe, destruction unto Esau, Edom, and self-proclaimed white man, for how you've gained America, the world for that being, but America. All right, the bloodshed that was littered here, you're going to pay for it. Destruction unto you. Woe. All right, this is the book of let me grab this real quick. This is Deuteronomy 33:20. It says, in Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of the head. He provided the first part for himself, because there in a portion of a lawgiver was he seated, and he came with the heads of the people. He executed the justice of the Lord and his judgments with Israel. Right. So blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. Gad received a large landmass, okay, in America. All right, alongside Reuben. Okay. This is and also, you know, coming out, and the Lord giving us Numbers 32nd chapter. Read Numbers, the 32nd chapter. Okay. Large portions for their sheep and flocks, etc. Okay. But let's go here to the book of Numbers 32. That's it on there. I didn't want this to be too long. Let's go here to the book of Zechariah 9, because the scripture say he shall overcome at the last. Zechariah 9 and 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Right, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's time to turn to the stronghold. All right, you prisoners of hope, this faith, all right, this gift in which we have through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. This is the stronghold. Suffering for righteousness' sake, going out preaching, teaching, making our bodies a living sacrifice, and preaching this gospel, man. Waiting on the righteous recompense of our power, all right? Because we're going to get raised up. This is the first start of the war, us repenting. Zechariah 9 and 12. Turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope. Even today did I declare that I will render double unto thee. So the Lord has promised get back for the so-called Native Americans. The Lord has, promised blood to pursue Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, for all the blood that he has shed upon the earth. Okay? As pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. All right? This is Zechariah 9 and 13. When I have bent Judah for me, southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and filled the bow with Ephraim, starting with the head tribe of the northern kingdom, so-called Puerto Ricans, Ephraim. All right, on down, which is a representation of the whole northern kingdom. And raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, Esau, Edom. Okay, Greece, Esau, Edom. And, you had these various famous Edomite generals, General Custer, Grant, Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson, various other military. But right, the Lord's going to raise up our sons, us, the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, northern and southern kingdom, against the sons of Esau, Edom, O Greece. All right, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. All right, so the Lord's going to raise us up, and this is a part of GAD overcoming at the last. Him going to get the victory, overcoming Esau, Edom, those that raided and plundered and pillaged him. He's going to get his get back, as all tribes are. All right. What does Jeremiah say? Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. With thee will I destroy kingdoms, nations, people, women, old women, child, etc. Okay. Zechariah 9 and 14. It says, and the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrows shall go forth as the lightning, and the Lord, Yahawah Bashmal power, shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with the whirlwinds of the south. And the Lord, it says, the Lord, Yahawah Bashmal host shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with sling stones, and they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled like bowls and as the corners of the altar. And the Lord, Yahawah Bashmal their power shall save them in the day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown lifted up as an ensign upon his hand. For how great is his goodness and how great is his beauty. Corn shall make the young man cheerful, and new wine the maize. You see, so a righteous recompense is coming, man. So that's just a short installment of the tribe of Gad. Lord willing, I'll come back with another tribe through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises, honor, and glory goes into Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachaaw, qadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.